Finding mental health options is a little bit easier around the metro area, but it can be very difficult in rural communities and up in the mountains.
Yeah, people often drive for hours to try and get help, but soon there's going to be a new option in the heart of the Rockies. Matt Renew in our mountain newsroom this morning, and Matt, Vail Health is building a new wellness center.
You're right, Gary and Corey. Good morning. It's called the Precourt Healing Center. It's a facility that's being designed to help people find mental health services or who are in crisis. People that live in the mountains who right now have to drive either to Grand Junction or Denver to find that help. In Edwards,
Excited as a community.
Sally Welsh with Vail Health is in an empty parking lot.
Just a parking lot right now.
That will soon be the location of a new mental health facility designed for children and adults.
50,000 square foot, 28 bed inpatient facility with 14 beds dedicated to adolescents 12 and older and 14 beds dedicated for adults.
In a spot people looking for care now have to drive hours to find.
Going to reduce the need for our community members to travel over 2 hours to seek this kind of care.
Work will start this fall, and when finished in 2025, we'll have a 3-story facility in place ready to handle mental health emergencies.
This new inpatient behavioral health facility will serve those in crisis.
With the facility offering 24-hour short-term inpatient mental health services along with family support and intervention with a focus on suicide prevention.
This facility is going to offer a multitude of behavioral health services, and crisis care being the #1 priority.
That, Sally says, will now be offered much closer to home for those who need it in this mountain community.
This facility is going to help with suicide intervention and hopefully save lives.
They'll have the programs set up for English and Spanish, and they'll have outpatient programs that tie into those inpatient programs as well. There's a food market and youth programming that they're also going to have put into that facility. Gary, Corey, so important, the mental health aspect of wellness these days, not just the body, but also the mind, and this is a big step in that direction.
Well, it's clearly needed. You know, right before we came to you, we were talking about the numbers of people seeking mental health just in the last couple of years. It's increased by 3%. So obviously this is needed, and it's much easier for people if they can get closer than driving too far away.
So important, especially if they're in a crisis situation. Having to drive hours isn't ideal. Staying close to home, close to your support group, so much more important. Suicide rates have been something that's been talked about a lot in Colorado, so that's why this focus is on suicide prevention. Hopefully it's a facility that will do some good for a lot of people.
Yep, it is needed, that's for sure. Okay, Matt, good news. Thank you much for that.